In this lecture, we will discuss effects of climate change. We will also discuss India's efforts to address climate change. Why in news? At least 3 out of 4 Indians believe that climate change is affecting the area they live in and is harming them. Uh, every 4 इंडियन में से 3 ये बिलीव करते हैं कि क्लाइमेट चेंज ने पीपल के लाइफ को अफेक्ट किया है। साथ ही पीपल जिन एरियाज उन एरियाज के ऊपर भी क्लाइमेट चेंज का नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट पड़ रहा है। Most were willing to make lifestyle changes to help reduce its impact, according to a Pew survey conducted in 2025. Results were sourced from 9 middle-income countries: Argentina, Brazil, India, Indonesia, Kenya, Mexico, Nigeria, South Africa, and Turkey, where the survey was conducted. India have taken various climate actions in the last 1 decade, which will impact all sectors, shaping India's sustainable economic path, global leadership, and fight for climate finance and justice. Several initiatives taken by Indian government to address climate change. क्लाइमेट चेंज को एड्रेस करने के लिए इंडिया के द्वारा क्या क्या इनिशिएटिव्स टेकिंग किए गए हैं। नंबर वन, नेशनल एक्शन प्लान ऑन क्लाइमेट चेंज, NAPCC. Launched in 2008, the NAPCC identified 8 national missions to promote understanding of climate change, adaptation and mitigation, energy efficiency, and natural resource conservation. नेशनल एक्शन प्लान ऑन क्लाइमेट चेंज 2008 में लॉन्च किया गया था। NAPCC के अंडर 8 नेशनल मिशंस को ऐड किया गया है, जो कि क्लाइमेट चेंज, एडेप्टेशन एंड मिटिगेशन को अंडरस्टैंड करने में एंड प्रमोट करने में एक इम्पोर्टेंट रोल प्ले करता है। नंबर 2, स्टेट एक्शन प्लान ऑन क्लाइमेट चेंज, SAPCC. Under the SAPCC, states are required to develop their own action plan. स्टेट एक्शन प्लान ऑन क्लाइमेट चेंज के अंडर एवरी स्टेट को अपने एक्शन प्लान डेवलप करने होते हैं। As of 2022, about 33 states and UTs have prepared their SAPCC. However, the implementation and monitoring of these plans remain a challenge. 2022 तक इंडिया के अबाउट 33 यूटी एंड स्टेट ने अपने अपने SAPCC प्रिपेयर कर लिए हैं, पर इनका इम्प्लीमेंटेशन एंड मॉनिटरिंग से रिलेटेड चैलेंज अभी भी कंटिन्यू बने हुए हैं। नंबर 3, क्लाइमेट चेंज रिसर्च एंड नॉलेज नेटवर्क. The government has supported various research initiatives and knowledge network to enhance understanding of climate change impact and responses. These include the National Network Program on Climate Change Modeling, Aerosol and Coastal Vulnerability. Number 4, International Solar Alliance (ISA). It promotes the widespread adoption of solar energy, enhancing global cooperation in renewable energy. इंडिया ने इंटरनेशनल सोलर अलायंस भी एस्टेब्लिश किया है, जो कि सोलर एनर्जी के वाइड स्प्रेड एडॉप्शन को प्रमोट करता है एंड रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी के लिए ग्लोबल कॉपरेशन को एनहांस करता है। नंबर 4, गोल ऑफ नेट जीरो बाय 2070। इंडिया ने 2070 तक के लिए एक नेट जीरो का गोल रखा हुआ है। इंडियाज कमिटमेंट टू अचीव नेट जीरो एमिशंस बाय 2070 मार्क अ सिग्निफिकेंट स्टेप टुवर्ड्स एब्सोल्यूट एमिशन रिडक्शन। Number 6, enhanced nationally determined contribution (NDCs), setting ambitious target for reducing emissions intensity and increasing renewable energy capacity. Number 7, significant growth in renewable energy capacity. इंडिया ने renewable energy capacity में significant growth किया है. Rapid expansion in solar and wind energy installations contributing to India's international non-fossil fuel energy target. Number 8, Indian emission carbon trading scheme, establishing a carbon trading system to incentivize emission reduction and support sustainable economic growth. Number 9, Coalition for Disaster Resilience Infrastructure (CDRI) focuses on building resilient infrastructure to withstand climate-induced disasters. Number 10, Green Development Pact under G20 presidency, integrating green development principles into global economic practices, showcasing India's leadership in sustainable development. How India can enhance its global negotiations with respect to climate change. क्लाइमेट चेंज के रिस्पेक्ट में इंडिया अपने ग्लोबल नेगोशिएशंस को किस तरह से एनहांस कर सकता है। नंबर 1, होस्टिंग इंटरनेशनल क्लाइमेट समिट्स, India should aim to host a major international climate summit like the United Nations Conference of Parties in 2028. This would provide a platform to showcase its climate leadership and set ambitious global climate agendas. Number two, advocacy and consensus building. India should start to build consensus on critical climate issues, proactively engaging in dialogue, forming alliances, and address economic concern of other nations will help India lead negotiations and drive meaningful outcomes. Number three, promoting equity and climate finance. India should emphasize equity in climate action and finance in international forums, advocating for fair treatment of developing countries and pushing for enhanced climate finance mechanism will strengthen India's position as a leader of global south. इशू ऑफ फॉजिल CO2 एमिशंस। इंडिया में फॉजिल CO2 एमिशन से रिलेटेड भी कुछ इश्यूज हैं। ग्लोबल फॉजिल CO2 एमिशंस इंक्रीजिंग ईयर बाय ईयर। In 2024, global CO2 emissions were increased by 0.8% compared with 2023. In 2023, it was raised by 1.2% compared with 2022. In 2023, the largest absolute contribution to global fossil CO2 emissions were from China, US, India, and European Union. China was responsible for 31%, US for 13%, India for 8%, European Union for 7%. These four regions account for 59% of global fossil CO2 emissions, while the rest of the world contributed only 41%. This is graphical representation of global carbon CO2 emissions। हम देख सकते हैं कि चाइना सबसे ज़्यादा कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड रिलीज करता है, सेकंड नंबर पर यूएस एंड थर्ड नंबर पर इंडिया है। ग्लोबल पर कैपिटा फॉसिल CO2 emissions. The global per capita fossil CO2 emissions in 2023 was 1.3 ton of carbon per person per year. Per capita fossil CO2 emissions country-wise 3.9 ton in US, 2.3 ton for China, 1.5 ton for the European Union, 0.6 for the India. What is the Paris Agreement on Climate Change? A legally binding global agreement under the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. पेरिस एग्रीमेंट एक लीगली बाइंडिंग ग्लोबल एग्रीमेंट था जो कि UNFCCC के अंडर कंडक्ट किया गया था। UNFCCC मीन्स यूनाइटेड नेशंस फ्रेमवर्क कॉन्वेंशन ऑन क्लाइमेट चेंज। इट वाज adopted in 2015 during UNFCCC COP21. It aims to combat climate change and limit global warming to below 2 degrees Celsius above the pre-industrial levels, with an ambition to limit warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius. It replaced Kyoto Protocol. Paris Agreement replaced the Kyoto Protocol, which was an earlier agreement to deal with climate change, set out a framework for countries. The Paris Agreement 2015 set out a framework for countries to work together to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, adapt to the impact of climate change, and provide support to developing countries in their efforts to address climate change. NDCs. As per Paris Agreement, each country is required to submit and update their NDCs in every 5 years, outlining their plans for reduce greenhouse gas emissions and adapting to climate change. NDCs are pledges made by all countries to reduce their greenhouse gas emissions and to adapt to the impact of climate change. What is Environmental Health Regulatory Agency (EHRA)? EHRA is an agency interlinked issues of climate, environment, health, and economy in a holistic way. Currently, there is no any agency of this type in India. India needs an environmental health regulatory agency. Why it is a time for India to establish an EHRA? Number one, sustainable balance. India continues to experience rapid economic growth, so sustainable balance between climate, environment, health, and economy is necessary. Number two, environmental governance. EHRA could lead to more comprehensive and cohesive environmental governance that focuses simultaneously on pollution control and health risk mitigation. Number three, develop policy instrument. An EHRA can develop policy instrument that will help India to integrate environmental health objectives with economic policies, which would promote sustainable development and benefit the environment, public health, and economy at the same time. Number four, could be critical in educating citizens on environmental health risk. An EHRA could be critical in educating citizens on environmental health risk and empowering communities to advocate cleaner air, water, and healthier life conditions. Number five would be instrumental to aligning national policies with global standards. It would also contribute to collective efforts to tackle climate and health challenges, including addressing transboundary issues. Number six, an EHRA could work closely with state and municipal government to ensure the development and enforcement of policies that are crucial for environmental solutions for the unique needs of each area. Number six, EHRA could also help India to formulate a unified response to all type of pollution, advocate cumulative accountability mechanism, collaborate with international bodies to negotiation for, adopt best practices that simultaneously address health and environment.